Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can I ask everyone to come forward? There's a lot of space, so you can bring yourselves forward, fill in the gaps, inshallah. Obviously not too close, it's quite hot, so we want a bit of space as well to keep ourselves a bit cool. I would like to welcome you all to our inaugural annual conference, Rays of Faith, brought to you by the students of IZA, Imam Zakaria Academy, in collaboration with Masjid Tawheed. And just in case you're wondering, I myself am a student as well. Don't let the big beard deceive you with the white hair, with the 1 or 2 white hairs in between. I'm a student as well, okay? And I'm only 25, so not any older than that. So what we wanted to do with this program and what we wanted to achieve is that we wanted to open up to the community and allow the community to benefit from what IZA have to offer. Because we already benefit our students and we offer courses for the Alimiya program, the diploma program, the GCSE program. But there was a need for something for the wider community, those are the people that attend the masjid, the musalloon in the masjid, and everyone at home as well, to be able to benefit from the ulum that is being taught and benefited from in the institute. So, inshallah, we have come up with this concept, and inshallah it will happen every single year. And we ask for your du'as that it will continue, and it will continue even after we have left this earth. Make dua for this, inshallah. We have a number of performances, acts, and deliverances and renditions that we want to present to you today by various students from all across the years in the IZA Academy, in the IZA Institute. And after that, inshallah, there will be food, and I know everyone is, ready for the food. I'm ready for the food as well. Yeah, it's going to be good food, inshallah. Let's hope so. But before we get there, before we get to the food, I just wanted to mention something, that some of us may have come with their parents. Some of us may have come to benefit, and some of us may have come just for the food, because there was food on the poster, right? The Prophet ﷺ, he mentions that the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are going around the earth, يَلْتَمِسُونَ مَجَالِسَ الذِّكْرِ حَلَقَاتِ الذِّكْرِ. They're going around seeking out the gatherings of the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a gathering such as this, right? And when they find a gathering such as this, the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala engulf the entire gathering with their wings. They surround it with their wings. The sakina descends upon them. The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala engulfs them completely. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala boasts about every single participant of this gathering with the angels. Yes? And the angels answer back and they say that there's so fulan and fulan in the gathering. He came for the food. He came for the pizza at the end. He didn't come for the dhikr. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He declares that this is a gathering that whoever participates in it will not be disappointed. So even that guy who wants the pizza, inshallah, he will attain benefit and reward from being in this gathering. So don't be disheartened and don't be bored, inshallah. You will all attain reward, including myself, I hope, inshallah. I want to bring our first student to the chair. The chair, it's not a stage, it's a chair. He's going to do some qira'ah, and obviously we're in the days of Hajj, so we only found it pertinent that we listen to the ayat to do with Hajj. So I'd like to bring Hafiz Salim Vora to recite some verses from Surah Al-Hajj, and if you want to follow on your phones with the translation, it will be even more beneficial for you, inshallah, from Surah Al-Hajj, verse 23. So if you want to follow along, you can do so with the translation. جزاكم الله خيرا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولكل أمة جعلنا منسكا ليذكروا اسم الله على ما رزقهم من بهيمة الأنعام فإلهكم إله واحد فله أسلموا وبشر المخبتين الذين إذا ذكر الله وجلت قلوبهم والصابرين على ما أصابهم والمقيم الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والبدن جعلناها لكم من شعائر الله لكم فيها خير فاذكروا اسم الله عليها صواف فإذا وجبت جنوبها فكلوا منها وأطعموا القانع والمعتر كذلك سخرناها لكم لعلكم تشكرون لن ينال الله لحومها ولا دماؤها ولكن يناله التقوى منكم كذلك سخرها لكم لتكبروا الله على ما هداكم وبشر المحسنين صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, Allahumma barik lah. What a beautiful recitation by Salim Vora from the verses of Surah Al-Hajj. And just as a quick reminder that we are in the days of Dhul Hijjah, and these days are very auspicious, very virtuous. Any good deed you do in it is multiplied, and any bad deed you do is also multiplied. So a person should be haris, he should be very, he should be very strong and very eager to do good actions. And he should be also very concerned about what bad actions he does and to making effort to stay away from them. Our next student who will come and deliver a short reminder regarding social media and the dangers of social media. I would like to call Siraj Patel to the chair, inshallah, and he will deliver a nice short reminder for you. Just while he's coming up, this is one of the biggest issues plaguing our ummah today, especially in the first world. Maybe not in the third world where they don't all have phones, but where we are in luxury, right? We have access to all of this information and the internet. It's a very important issue, not just for the youngsters who are on these apps, but also for the elders who may not know all about these apps. So we need to be ensuring that we understand these things and we are working in making sure they do not mislead us.
Alhamdulillah. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم ذلك أزكى لهم إن الله خبير بما يصنعون وقال تعالى لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم ولئن كفرتم إن عذابي لشديد صدق الله العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Single person here to think what is the most used app on your phone, whether it's a gaming app, whether it's a social media app, whichever it may be. There are many platforms, but I'm sure our most used app on our phone is one of our social media apps or a gaming app. I'm not going to try and expose anyone here, so I'll ask Muhammad. Brother Muhammad, what do you think is the most used app on your phone? YouTube? How long do you think you spend on YouTube in a day? I said them, not you.
About 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours. I want you to check. If you go into settings on your phone, and you go into screen time, you're going to see how much time you actually spend on YouTube. Better to expose him than everyone else. Settings, and then if you go into screen time. Yep. I want everyone else to do this as well, actually. On your phone, if you have an iPhone, if you go into settings and screen time. If you have an Android phone, if you go into settings and then well-being, it'll be in there, inshallah. How much does it say? 5 hours. 5 hours. So he actually, if only thought he was spending about 2 hours or so. It's more than double. He's spending more than double just on YouTube. That's just one app. Now you're going to say to me, but yeah, he's listening to Islamic talks on there. He's doing good. When I use my phone, I do good as well. I listen to Islamic talks. I listen to the Quran. I'm able to keep in contact with my parents on my phone. I can do all these different good things. I can give charity on my phone. All these good deeds, I'm still doing them on my phone. So then why did I bring it up? Sometimes what we don't realize is that it's very easy to fall into sin on our devices and our phones. Just a few sins or a few harms that we can fall into, just to mention a few. Firstly, backbiting, very common. On our social media, whether it's Snapchat or Instagram for the older people, maybe in Facebook or WhatsApp, we'll be talking about one another and we'll be backbiting, back and forth about different people. Generally, it seeps into every single conversation. Or I might be seeing inappropriate content, willingly or unwillingly. Sometimes I'm just scrolling through on Instagram or TikTok or something, and something might just come. And then once it comes in, I'm trapped. It's enticing. So then you say to me, but so what? It's fun, I enjoy it. Whatever I'm viewing, whatever I'm seeing, it's fun, I'm enjoying it. So then let me tell you some harms. First and foremost, it's prohibited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ. That say to those who believe, lower your gazes and protect your private parts. Those two, as soon as I mention those two, you know why they go hand in hand. But the first point, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, lower your gazes. So first and foremost, it's prohibited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the first thing. As soon as I hear that, I step back. The second point is that I'm breaking a trust and an amana of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because my body is an amana, a trust from Allah. I don't have ownership over my body. It's a trust from Allah. So each and every single limb of mine, well, I'm borrowing it. It's not mine. I'm using it. And by misusing my eyes or misusing any limb of mine, I am breaking the trust of Allah. So by misusing my tongue, for example, if I speak ill of someone, if I swear at someone, I'm misusing my tongue. I'm breaking the trust of Allah. By looking at something wrong, I'm misusing my eyes. I'm breaking the trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third is that when we expose ourselves to illicit or inappropriate things again and again, it weakens the eyesight. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, that if you are grateful to me, I will increase you in my blessings. And one way of showing gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to use those blessings that He has given us in the right ways, in the right avenues, to protect our gazes. So then you say to me, fine, okay, I admit I am weak and I fall and I slip sometimes and I look at the wrong things, I say the wrong things, I waste my time on my social media apps. Then how do I stop myself from looking at the wrong things? There's a few solutions and a few points that have been mentioned. The first is that always be aware and always know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me. The famous hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions, أَن تَعْبُدَ اللَّهَ كَأَنَّكَ تَرَاهُ, that you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as though you can see Him. فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ, if you're not able to do so, فَإِنَّهُ يَرَاكَ, that Allah is watching you. Always be conscious of the fact that Allah is watching me. The second point, that make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask out to Allah, oh Allah, I am weak. I slip up. You know I am weak. Please help me. My intention is there. I have the intention to better myself. Allah help me and guide me in this. And Allah will make it easy for us. The third is literally to physically stop ourselves. That if I'm online, for example, and I know that, fine, I need some social time, I'm on my phone for 5 minutes. But I know that if I keep going more, I'm just going to go into the rabbit hole. I'm just going to keep going. And I'm going to end up seeing something wrong, sooner or later. Then stop yourself, withhold, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. At first it's difficult. At first there will be resistance, my nafs will want it more. But eventually, slowly, it becomes a lot easier. And also, as an example, if I know that if I'm going to go to a certain place and it's going to be difficult to control myself, to control my gaze, then don't go. As an example, it's a hot day today, right? And if I know that if I go to the park or if I go to Westfield, for example, it's going to be hard, I'm going to find it hard to control myself, then don't go. Don't go today. Maybe go on a cold day. So these are just a few points, inshallah, to help us and guide us. First and foremost, I mentioned those points to show why it's bad. And then I mentioned a few solutions. So inshallah, everyone has benefited, and it's something for us to take away from this, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to act upon what has been said and to instill these few beneficial points into our lives. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq to act upon what has been mentioned by my colleague Siraj Patel. He's a student of the Alimiya program in year 7, in the same class as me, in fact. And the topic that he had to speak about, as I mentioned before he started speaking as well, it's something which the parents very much so have to pay attention to, more than the young kids that they are raising, more than the teenagers that they are raising. Those of you who have control over their kids and their teenagers, you have to pay attention to what he's mentioning. Because prevention is better than a cure. Prevention is better than a cure. You don't want it to get to a stage where you're taking your son to Maulana Sahab and you're saying, Maulana Sahab, my son is doing XYZ online and I don't know how to stop him. He's doing XYZ and he hides it from me and I don't know how to stop him. Maulana, talk to him, because that was your job. And it was something that you had to prevent. And the first step to preventing it is to learn about it. So inshallah, take this as a stepping stone to learn about these platforms and how to control your children's access to them. The next person he's got one of the best names I've ever heard. Okay, get ready for this. His name is Hadius Zaman, the guider of the era. Okay, he's in year 1 of the Alimiya program and he's going to recite a nasheed which wallahi is going to, bring back some memories. Okay, so take your minds back to Islam channel and that one nasheed that used to play on Islam channel. Okay, that one nostalgic nasheed that sounded very nice and very, very emotion. A lot of emotions used to come out of it. And inshallah, you'll find yourselves crying as I did the first time I heard it. Go for it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم. ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم. انظر للكعبة يا محلاها نور وجلال يغشاها. انظر للكعبة يا محلاها نور وجلال يغشاها. يحرسها ربي ويرعاها واذكرني أمامها وادعي لي. وادعي لي يا ساعي بهمة من صفا للمروى. يا شارب من زمزم ذكرني بالدعوى. يا ساعي بهمة من صفا للمروى. يا شارب من زمزم ذكرني بالدعوى. يا طالع على جبل الرحمة يا ماشي في وسط الزحمة. يا طالع على جبل الرحمة يا ماشي في وسط الزحمة. اطلب من مولاك الرحمة واذكرني أمامها وادعي لي. وادعي لي ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم. ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم. انظر للكعبة يا محلاها نور وجلال يغشاها. انظر للكعبة يا محلاها نور وجلال يغشاها. يحرسها ربي ويرعاها واذكرني أمامها وادعي لي. وادعي لي هنيئا هنيئا يا رايح للهادي غرامه شغال لي ملا كل فؤادي. هنيئا هنيئا يا رايح للهادي غرام شغال لي ملا كل فؤادي. ادخل من باب السلام بتأدب واحترام. ادخل من باب السلام بتأدب واحترام. سلم على طه التهام واسأله شفاعة وادعي لي. وادعي لي ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم ودي لي سلامي يا رايح للحرم وادعي لي وسلم لي على هادي الأمم انظر للكعبة يا محلاها نور وجلال يغشاها انظر للكعبة يا محلاها نور وجلال يغشاها يحرسها ربي ويرعاها واذكرني أمامها وادعي لي وادعي لي.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. I told you. You didn't believe me, I told you. Okay, so as I was mentioning, the days of Hajj are upon us, and we have to take opportunities as they come and they go before it is too late. Yes, before a time comes where there's no Dhul Hijjah coming for you to take opportunity and to take advantage of the opportunity that has presented itself. There are many in the graves who have lived for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and they have also stayed in the graves for 20 Dhul Hijjahs, 30 Dhul Hijjahs and 40 Dhul Hijjahs after they passed away. And they will continue to remain in their graves until the Day of Judgment. So take the advantage that you have in front of you and the opportunity you have in front of you before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls you back to Him. Make dua that you are given tawfiq to do this. Make dua, inshallah. The next group is a mixed bunch, okay? We have two students from year 3, Hanzala and Sajidur Rahman, and another colleague of mine, Jamil Dudwala. He's also studying in the Alamiya program in my class. They will be doing a Quran translation slash recitation slash explanation. So you're getting everything today, okay? Inshallah, they're going to be reciting from Surah An-Naml from Ayah 59. So inshallah, if you want to take out your phones and follow along the translation so you don't get lost, and you can make notes as well on your phones, you can do so. I'd like to call them up to benefit us with the recitation of the words of Allah and its explanation. Jazakumullahu khairan.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful.
قل الحمد لله وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى.
Say, all praise be to Allah, and peace be upon His servants who He has chosen.
الله خير أما يشركون.
Is Allah better or what they associate with Him?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Prior to these verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had mentioned the stories of Lut alayhi salam and Salih alayhi salam, and how their people rejected them and how their people's disobedience led to their destruction. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions or poses a direct question to the mushrikeen, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone better to be worshipped or others, so as to leave no doubt in the minds of those who associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one and He does not need any partner, and to demonstrate His complete power over His dominion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now brings forth some examples.
أَمَّنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَأَنزَلَ لَكُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ
Is he not the best, the one who created the heavens and the earth, and the one who sent down for you water from the sky?
فأنبتنا به حدائق ذات بهجة ما كان لكم أن تنبتوا شجرها.
Then through that water we caused to grow gardens full of joyful beauty, gardens which you could not have grown as trees.
أإله مع الله بل هم قوم يعدلون.
Is there a deity with Allah? No, but they are a people who ascribe equals to him.
First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the creation of the heavens and the earth and how He sends down the rain through which beautiful gardens grow. And to further emphasize our inability, our incapability, and our complete dependence upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, you are not able to grow those trees. Rather, it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who was able to grow those trees. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks a rhetorical question, that is there another deity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And a clear answer, and even the mushrikeen would have to agree, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only deity, and He's the only one that has the ability for this.
أَمَّنْ جَعَلَ الْأَرْضَ قَرَارًا وَجَعَلَ خِلَالَهَا أَنْهَارًا وَجَعَلَ لَهَا رَوَاسِيَ وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَ الْبَحْرَيْنِ حَاجِزًا.
Is he not the best, the one who made the earth a stable ground, and he placed rivers within its gaps, and he made for the earth firmly set mountains, and he placed a barrier between the two seas?
أإله مع الله بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
Is there a deity with Allah? No, but most of them do not know.
Allah then takes our focus to the earth. Who was the one that made the earth stable? Who is the one who placed the mountains? And who is the one who placed a barrier between the seas, separating the salty from the sweet? It is only the doing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the mushrikeen, out of the ignorance, they associate partners with Him.
أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ وَيَجْعَلُكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ الْأَرْضِ.
Is he not the best, the one who responds to the desperate one when he calls upon him, and he removes the evil, and he makes you successors of the earth?
أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون.
Is there a deity with Allah? No, very little is what you take lesson of.
It is common for the mushrikeen and disbelievers that when everything is going well, when life is well and good, and things are going swimmingly, then they associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and deny His oneness. But suddenly, when they fall into hardship, when they are distressed, when they become distressed, and they lose all hope and become helpless, who do they turn to? Who do they call out to? Who averts the evil from them? It is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But out of their heedlessness, they fail to recognize the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
أَمَّن يَهْدِيكُمْ فِي ظُلُمَاتِ الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَمَن يُرْسِلُ الرِّيَاحَ بُشْرًا بَيْنَ يَدَيْ رَحْمَتِهِ.
Is he not the best, the one who guides you through the darknesses of the land and sea, and the one who sends the winds as glad tidings before his mercy?
أإله مع الله تعالى الله عما يشركون.
Is there a deity with Allah? Allah is exalted from whatever they associate with him.
Allah provides further examples. Is He not the one who guides them in the darkness of the land and the darkness of the sea? Is he not the one who sends the rain, who sends the winds, after which is the rain? Exalted is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from what they ascribe.
أَمَّن يَبْدَأُ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُهُ وَمَن يَرْزُقُكُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ
Is he not the best, the one who begins the creation? Then he repeats it, and the one who provides you sustenance from the heaven and the earth.
أَإِلَٰهٌ مَّعَ